Home is one of the most important things in my life, guys. Home has always been where I want to be. In fact, I've never been on a holiday for more than like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Actually, that is a lie. I went away for a month once, but after 2 weeks, everything beyond that point I really didn't enjoy because all I wanted was my home. And this isn't about people or missing people or my family. This is about the feeling of home, and that is an integral part of me. And so, as you can imagine, Hygge is a huge part of my life. I didn't actually know what Hygge was until last year, and it came to me as a word that describes a huge part of my soul. Hygge is that feeling that you get, or an evening that you have, or something that you do that encapsulates that warm, cozy, homey feel with a blanket and a hot chocolate and the rain outside and an atmosphere that just brings you peace. I did a video last year on what Hygge is and how to find it, and how that in a Hygge evening, for example, you won't talk about politics or anything that could make someone feel uncomfortable. It's all about bringing people together, feeling cozy, at peace, de-stressed, unwound, warm together. You won't use, for example, my room right now, aside from the lights on my bed head, my room is very un-Hygge. It is stark white. I have all matching cabinets, which you can see behind me, all stark white. There is no colour in my room at all. My room is the least Hygge thing in my whole house, aside from my huge big sheep's wool rug that I got from my mum's farmhouse a couple of weeks ago, and the lights that I've got on my bed head. The rest of it is very un-Hygge, but the rest of my house, if you ever saw it, that is how I have modelled my whole house. It's all about getting home, taking off your shoes, and just feeling, That is one of the reasons actually that I make sure that I cycle to work all winter. Most people make sure that they cycle to work all of summer. I choose winter. I mean, I choose all year, but I'm particularly sure of myself that I always cycle in winter, because I love that feeling of when you get home from work and you're sodden, you are absolutely soaking wet, and you get in and you run a hot bath and you maybe get a glass of bubbles or you have your book and you just sink into that hot bath and it makes you feel so... That to me is Hygge, and that to me is my life. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Hygge again, seeing as I did last year and you guys seem to enjoy it. So a couple of days ago I got this book through the door, Hygge and West's Home, Design for a Cozy Life. And I was gifted this by Abrams and Chronicle, and I mean, they know me so well. This is literally the book for me if there was ever a book for me, and it takes you through a load of different designers and how they find Hygge in their life and in their homes and how they have decorated to make themselves feel more Hygge. So I'm going to tell you what I have done, some little tips and tricks that I've done to make myself feel more cozy. Number one thing, next to my bed I have these bedside cabinets. That is on my husband's side, mine is on this side. Mine, which you can't see right now, always has 3 stacks of books, 1 jar and 1 candle on it. This is super important to me because I like that whenever I'm in my bedroom, whenever I am chilled and de-stressing, I have things to occupy my brain other than my phone, because as you can probably imagine by the fact I do YouTube and Instagram, my phone is always a go-to for me. I'm always on it, I'm always checking things, I'm always talking to you guys, I'm always communicating via my phone. There is not an awful lot of downtime that I get. In fact, those new like measurements that you get on your phone which tells you how long you're spending on apps, that is scaring the hell out of me. So I have been really focusing on finding other things to occupy my mind when I'm in a space that I want to keep phone free. So my bedroom, 3 books next to my bed, one of which currently being Hygge and West's Home. Another one is The Land of Stone and Flowers, which is a book about where like fairy tales come from and fairies and goblins and all that sort of thing. And another one is the 12 Days of Christmas. So if we were ever going to go for 3 really cozy books, guys, those ones that are right there are pretty darn good cozy books. So the other thing that I said that I always have on my bedside cabinet is a candle. Candles set a mood. Whenever you're talking about Hygge, you want to have a warm light. Cold lights are, for one, cold lights often have a lot of blue in them, and blue wakes you up, stops you feeling relaxed, stops you getting ready for bed. I'm not saying when you have Hygge or when you are Hygge, feeling Hygge, whatever way you want to use the word, I'm not saying it has to be when you're getting ready for bed, but a lot of it is about calming down your mind and relaxing your body, and your body finds it a lot harder to relax when it sees blue lights, because that suggests to your internal body clock that it's morning, that you're waking up, and that it's time for the day ahead. It's time to be active. So by switching to a more orange and warm light, your body starts to adjust to a more calmer pace, which is why lots of people switch their phone to night mode, or it's why I have candles by my bed so that I can dim the lights in the room and just use candlelight, or just dim the lights a little bit rather than turn them off and just use candlelight. It's another reason that I have yellow lights on my bed head. It's so that when I come up to my bedroom in the evening, the only light that I ever turn on is these lights, because they aren't a blue light. They aren't gonna wake me up. They're nice and warm and chilled. So what else can you do to make your house that little bit more Hygge in autumn? I think it's time for a paint job, guys. How often do you actually repaint your house? Probably not that often. Well, I think it's really nice to have a bit more of a yellow wall. It doesn't have to be yellow, like, let's not go gross, but having a warmer wall somewhere in your living room, somewhere where you spend a lot of time, can really help with that whole lighting issue again. So for example, if you've seen my Instagram, you'll see that all of my images feel quite warm. I only use natural daylight for those, and I don't really edit them an awful lot. The warmth that you're seeing is from using natural light against yellow walls. Because my whole living room is yellow walls, I get a much warmer light in there, and it's a much easier, cozy atmosphere. Before I do anything else in that room, I've got a yellow armchair, yellow walls, and a yellow sofa. And I know that sounds very Simpsons, but honestly, they are subtle yellows with like one canary piece, which is the armchair, and it works. It just makes everything warmer, and when it's cold outside, that helps so much. It also means that when it's warm outside and I shut the curtains, you still get that cozy feeling rather than that, oh my god, it's hot and sticky feeling, you know? Like, don't go for a leather sofa, that's so cold. And if you are gonna go for a yellow sofa, you need to go for my next tip, which is tons and tons and tons and tons of blankets. Do you know how many big, cozy knitted blankets I have? You might not. Okay, I have probably like 50 odd. I am not joking. Every single bed in my house, which actually I only have 2 because I'm in my house. Okay, every single piece of furniture has at least 2 blankets on it in my house. I'm not exaggerating. I have patchworks, I have knitted, I have just big old throws, I have sarongs which we've turned into blankets, I have tea towels which I now use as blankets. There's a lot of different things. You can never go wrong with blankets, guys. They instantly make the world a little bit cozier. More textiles, the better, in general. In fact, another tip, when you come home from work, what do? Because if you're anything like me, you grab your hair, you rock it up into some kind of bun slash hair up thing, you scrub all of this off your face if you're wearing any makeup. I'm usually not, but I still wash my face. Remove the earrings and put on pajamas and bed socks. These are my bunny bed socks, which I adore. And do you know how much, in fact, actually, like right now, guys, if you saw those then, I am wearing grey and white starred slippers. I'm always wearing slippers in the house, mainly because, like, firstly, it's disgusting if you wear your shoes around the house. Think of where your shoe soles have been, really. But secondly, because my feet feel so much cozier, my toes are getting more air to breathe without being barefooted, because I have rabbits and I don't want to be barefooted around the house. But also, that extra quilted paddingness is so much better. And also, guys, all of these tips make your body warmer, make you cozier, lower your energy bills. Like, let's take it back to being a little bit more sustainable. All of these things, wrapping yourself up in blankets, lighting candles, putting socks on, all of this is saving you money. So why would you not do it? Even if you don't care about Hygge, this is saving you money and saving the environment because you're not using your gas and electricity. I mean, if there was ever something that, like, I mean, if you ever needed a reason for something, that is a reason for something. Anyway, I guess I'm just thinking about Hygge at the moment because it was World Mental Health Day the other day, and a lot of people were talking about how they like to look after themselves. I had a couple of friends saying that they like to go out and see people, and I've always been one of those people who seeing people brings me more anxiety than it does peace and joy, and I think a lot of you may be like that, seeing as a lot of you who watch my videos are book nerds. So I just wanted to like offer some of my tips, I guess, for how I find that Hygge, and by doing so look after myself and my mental health and give time for me. It's all about baths, it's all about books, it's all about that good stuff that you generally see in my Instagram feed. In fact, my Instagram feed is solely around Hygge, and actually quite selfishly my Instagram feed is there to remind myself, and this is one of the reasons that I set it up, but it's there to remind myself of what's important to me. So all of those duvets, those hot chocolates, those pastries, those peaceful, tranquil moments that you see me uploading every morning, that is my little bit of public self-care, I guess, to remind myself of what matters to me. No matter the stresses, I can always go home and have exactly that. I can go home, I can grab a pastry out of the freezer or wherever I have my pastries, and I can have a hot chocolate, and I can read a few pages of a book and take a breath, and that's it, and not worry. And I think that is the biggest thing about Hygge. It's about finding time for yourself and knowing that you deserve to not worry and to enjoy and to have peace. And that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed this and it reminded you to go and get a blanket and enjoy that rainy weather. I love the rainy weather we've got coming up, guys, because it gives me even more reasons to have this Hygge state of mind. Have a lovely few days. Remember to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Book Sundays, and I will see you all soon. Bye.